Good morning, it's the Wing It Runner, aka Courtenay Chessel, aka Ches. I'm here with Liffey, back for another one this year with Ben Cole. Woohoo! Yeah, we're racing this time. Ben's racing.
Wow.
You know, Liffey's this is her warm-up last big race before Boston. So she's going to smash it today. It's getting a bit windy again. Not enjoying that. You know what I mean? This is windy last year. Yeah. So
Sunny.
yeah, here he comes with his coffee, chilling out. So, plans for the day: go hard, go home, and just see how I do. So, start hard, and then see what is what. So, got isolated last year. So probably happen again this year, so it's just going to be mind over matter and just get it done. The normal niggles are there, but no one ever believes me. So here it goes. Not at all. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Yeah, but it's all by willpower, but they don't know what I've got to do just to get to the start line. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely weren't no spaces in there, was there? So so, here we go. Number collection time. Ben, Liffey,
Ready to go.
good luck both of you. Go hard or go home. Go hard or go home.
Wow.
Go hard or go hard.
So,
Go hard.
here we go. White Horse Half Marathon. Well done, mate. Yeah, you?
Yeah, again, yeah.
Good man.
There's Liffey, is she?
Yeah, she should be starting just back later. Oh, there she is.
You racing today or?
Yeah, I'm racing today, and I won't be at, so I'll be around 1:15, maybe 1:16. I did 1:27 last year. Ben Cole's doing it, so he'll be around 70 minutes. Matt won it last year in 71.
Oh yeah, no.
So
We're just hoping to get some.
yeah.
No,
What you for?
well, no, I've just said to Liffey, I've had fucking 4 months of, didn't know what was wrong with the doctors and did a load of tests, and in the end I got picked up 9 severe food intolerances.
Oh shit.
So for the last 4 months I've just been eating everything that was fucking bad for me.
Yeah.
But now I got to bottom of it. So yeah, I did 10k last week over at Colne, which was the first one.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
I'd like to do about one.
Yeah. Okay,
Nice.
cool. She said you'd like to sign for Harriers or something like that?
Well, yeah,
or look
I'm
into
still
it?
at, I've been at, since I left C in Norwich, when I was in Norwich.
Yeah.
I moved back here. Well, I've been at Price, lived at Price for years, but I moved to Swindon from Bar. I'm still at RAF Price Norwich.
Yeah.
So I'm just still assigned to C in Norwich.
Okay, yeah,
and it's
fair
like, I still run RAF C in Norwich.
Yeah.
But like, I never do anything with C in Norwich.
Yeah.
Like,
I said to her, I'll get you a form and that, and I can pass it across and that, and then you can decide if you want to do track and thing, or
I'd
just
love to
do,
do
or
track,
just,
but it's
or just do
Monday,
thing.
innit?
Yeah, no, Tuesday, Swindon. So Swindon's on a Tuesday. Hive do Monday, but Swindon do Tuesday, and then between 5 and then 7 p.m. they've got different different ones. So if you're middle if you like 400, 800s, they're a bit earlier. Then and then there's 2 different groups, like Ben's group and Harry's group and that. And you just sign up and just see that. So your first session's free. So you can just put down this Tuesday if you wanted to, and just say, oh look, I'm just come down to interest and that. And they go like there, yeah, of course. Yeah. But say we do road relays, we do cross country and all that stuff and that, so you're all invited to.
C in Norwich is good when I've done that. So a good club and they go to loads of events. But now I've got like the distance membership where I just pay the membership.
Yeah.
Stay associated.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, it seems pointless.
Yeah, so but yeah, so we do all team events and that. When you do the team one. Yeah, I knew it. Good luck, guys. Well done, mate. Great, man.
I'll be honest. I just went to be in the YouTube video. I was taking you down for 7.
I know you was, that's what it is. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I thought I could see you and the other headed to catch me. I was like, I've got to see what I got, but no, but you happy with that?
Oh, what a
How'd you get on, Ben?
good P2.
Okay, cool. What did you win?
68 though.
Oh wow, fucking hell.
It's close.
Who was it, Jack Shaler? Oh.
No, I don't know his name. Doesn't he cross numbers?
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. What did he get? What did the winner get?
He was like literally 10 seconds in.
Okay, okay.
Beat me in the last one.
Oh, was it? Ben got done in a sprint finish again. No worries. Yeah, last 3 miles died. Just a simple fact that I'm not used to running 5:40 at pace at the moment. The quickest say done that was say Park Run and fucking Sutton Park. Other than that, I've just been doing easy miles, and then the 20 miler and other half has all been done at 6-minute miling. So to try and run 5:40s and that, it's just a bit tough after 10k. So
You have to do these races.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that was the whole point of it. You know what I mean?
They're hard work.
So yeah,
they're good training as well.
Yeah. So the Headington lad who I just beaten across the line went past me with about 3 miles to go, and I just caught him just after the bridge bit of the hill.
Yes.
Well, actually, I caught him about 400 to go, like you did.
Oh,
yeah. So. But yeah, it's good that you had someone to run with. You know what I mean? Rather than being out. Yeah.
To be fair, he was leading most of the first.
Yeah.
half.
Okay. Yeah. So.
It's quite funny though because he didn't stop for any water or anything.
Oh no. Okay.
So I'd stop for a walk.
And then they get 10 yards. Yeah.
That's probably why I got too dumb.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't have had water then.
Well, yeah, well that's what I mean. Sometimes you're like, yeah, same as the white horse lad. I was running with him, then he just ran with pace and grabbed the water. I slowed down, grabbed it, drank a thing, and then he got like 10 yards of me. I was like, for fuck's sake, and then I had to dig deep again to try and chase it. But yeah, it was definitely good. Oh, Aberdeen's got the team prize then.
Yeah.
Was that Steve Connolly on the corner?
I don't know. I was too in the well.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, I guess you didn't expect to be running 68, did you, today?
I didn't think I was going to run 68. I certainly wasn't planning to run.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's good considering. That's good for the marathon, though, isn't it? It's considering, as you say, you haven't really done any long runs towards a half or a marathon. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Do I jog back to see this or not? Where you go?
We'll see on the corner and that because. I might have been caught because Steve's daughter did it last time. The other one, Jenny.
I was wondering.
So I wondered. So I thought maybe Jenny might do it this time for London.
Yeah.
She's running with Steve and that, but.
Yeah, I was wondering about. They sort of start with last time, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's like a Spanish guy.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There's this guy by the tree up here. I didn't recognise him.
No, yeah, he started off, he went. I thought, I don't know, I was like, is that Shayla? I was like, I don't know. I was just like, very silver. Oh, is he? Fair enough.
He wasn't.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
I tried to surge ahead of him.
Yeah, fair enough.
And by the end, I was like, turn around to his mate.
Yeah. Oh no, what? I could see him go. I was like, you know what? He looks a decent runner. I was like, he's not hot enough in that, yeah, didn't he? Like that. Well, mate.
Well, mate, thank you.
Yeah.
Do your marathon, are you?
Say again?
Do your marathon?
I'm going for London.
London.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
What time are you looking for?
2:25.
Okay.
I'll try. I go with my first marathon in Berlin last year.
Yeah.
2:27.
Okay. Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
But I struggled. I think I started fast and I
Okay.
struggled in the last 10k. I would say.
You've been with Oxford long?
Abingdon, aren't you?
Abingdon. Yeah. You've been with them long?
Yeah, like 3-4 years.
Okay.
Already.
You don't do cross country then?
Well, sometimes I think I'm doing triathlon.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So, for example, this winter I was injured because I've done an Ironman, the middle and long distance triathlon. So
Okay.
I've
Cool.
done an Ironman end of November.
Yeah.
And I was a bit injured, so.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But I
Yeah.
done last year.
Yeah. Okay.
Few of them.
Which yeah, because we do it as well. Yeah. So the Oxford one, do you do? Yeah.
The Avenue.
You do the Oxford
the
cross
Oxford
country.
League.
Yeah.
The Oxford side,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair.
Which one you do?
Yeah, Oxford. Yeah. We
Oxford,
yeah, gets yeah.
Ah, okay.
Don't
So-
say you'll be here next time.
Yeah, no, we just don't recall. Well done, buddy. Yeah, just don't remember. Seeing you sometimes. That's cool.
You
Yeah.
do Martin go?
Yeah, but both in London actually. I think
Yeah?
so,
Yeah, I'm Berlin. Yeah.
Yeah, and Berlin as well actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't. My first marathon was in Berlin.
Okay.
But it was really good. I like it quite a lot. The weather was alright.
Yeah.
We'll see about London. Have you done before?
Yes.
So what you aiming for in London?
Similar time to you actually. Yeah, similar time to that. Yeah.
You are with
See how
the
it goes.
club champs,
Yes.
yeah?
Yeah, something like
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, in the championship entry.
Yeah,
Yes.
just-
Championship, yeah.
In sprint, that's the last 100 meters, yeah.
Good race. wasn't it? Good race.
Sprint on the grass. Yeah. Actually, it was quite slippery.
Yeah.
Was a bit. Yeah.
I didn't expect because we.
You've been on the road all the way at it, and then
exactly.
yeah.
And we actually was like all out for the last
Yes,
400 meters.
What's your half PB?
Yeah.
What's your half PB?
Yeah. It's today.
Today?
Like, yeah,
Is your half PB?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
What's your PB?
I've done 65 before, but
65. Yes.
different courses though. You can't.
Well, yeah, I mean, with more people, like a bit less wind, I would say. But to be honest, I expect it would be a bit worse today.
Yes.
Yeah, it got a bit windy as well, didn't
Yeah,
it? Got a bit
I've been out yesterday, and I thought it would be much similar than yesterday, and yesterday was quite windy, but I think today is a bit better.
Yeah.
So what's your time today?
I did 76, 116, yeah, so miles off my PB, but yes, I'm just getting ready for London and stuff, so
it's not bad, the course, but obviously it's not a course for, well, for a PB. The thing is I'm not running much. I mean, I'm running more training for triathlon than for this.
Yes.
So actually, my last half was 3 years ago.
Okay.
In Reading, when I got my PB.
Okay,
PB, was 109.14.
Okay, wow, okay.
So in the last 3 years, I didn't race a half marathon. Obviously, in the half Ironman, but not completely different pace after cycling and swimming.
What's your strongest event in triathlon?
Running.
Running. Okay, okay.
Obviously, got a good talent for it.
I mean, it's different pace, obviously. I'm normally around 116 on the half.
Okay.
Yeah. But the courses are not 100% accurate.
Yeah.
So, but pretty much.
Yeah, okay, cool.
116, 117.
Yes.
How was it, buddy?
Yes.
As a plan.
Yeah, it got a bit windy, didn't it? Yeah, it got a bit windy in places,
Yeah, I was by myself. I knew I just wanted to get 10 mile around 62. That'd be alright. I went to about 61.
Okay, yeah. So about last 3 miles, I jumped into the 6-minute mile and then just fell off and was coming in at 116 something. So a bit disappointed on this. Yeah.
I gave myself 122 to 124.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Get off where I want to be.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not actually. It's exactly where.
You know, it's where your fitness is. Personally, you want to be quicker, but you know your fitness. Yeah, that's what I mean. When you know you can run quicker.
Just ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I thought, fucking hell. But I just decided to go.
Yeah. That's the same as.
If I could have just pushed that. Only talking 5-10 seconds.
But it takes its toll. You're like, normally you're like, I can run with them, but you're like, I've just got to drop off now. They're pushing on, and if I go with it, I'm going to totally blow up. So I'm like,
well, that was it. I wanted to get something from it.
Yeah.
So I think I dropped to 6:30s, which. You know what? 4 months ago, I wasn't even running. So
that's what I mean. Yeah, I think sometimes you've got to forget what you've done in the past and pat yourself on the back and say, you know what, where I'm at, that's good. You know what I mean?
Well, I went through 10k today quicker than I did my race last week.
I know. Yeah.
Stupid.
I think I've run my quickest 10k of the year so far as well. You know what I mean? I haven't done one.
No, it's just nice.
So
I'm going to do that lightning bolt next week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ben's pacing that. Yeah.
Just to try and get. Fitness. I'm not going to lose that much fitness if it's just a speed.
Yeah. Same as I've done no speed work whatsoever. So I ran the relays last week, and that's quick as I've run like 5k in ages and stuff like that. I did a hard 5k like not hardish one, just sub 18 at the park yesterday. The Spanish guy there, them two, 69, and that's.
My main goal is just not push much in the beginning. Because I've done in Berlin. In Berlin, it was a bit.
Sometimes you forget how old you are as well.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It's good beating the young whippersnappers. I know. I know. That's what I always say. Like, I got you on good for age. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm 45 in July, so it's just like.
You just got off a bit of a.
And then it's like when you get niggles now, they last with you. Whereas like when you was younger, you could just and you could race Saturday, Sunday when you were younger. Now it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just.
I got that long as well, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, I know, it got a bit too wide.
How'd it go?
Yeah. Well, I kind of knew what was going to happen to get to 10k and 10 miles. I just hung on. Yeah, like I said, it's first time I raced last week, first time in like 4 or 5 months since I had that illness. So.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't actually an illness, so it didn't affect. I just had a lot of food intolerances, so because I didn't know and I kept eating them, every day I was just topping up. I was just like. So. But yeah, so it's nice. I'm doing that lightning. I'm doing that lightning next week.
You got a marathon this year, or?
Yeah, I'm just
Hamburg.
Okay. Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Same day as London and Manchester.
Okay, cool.
In 3 weeks' time.
What are you looking for there?
I did 120.
Coming back from injury, but if I get sub 245, I'll be very happy.
Good enough.
PB is 243.
Okay.
And I basically matched it last year.
Oh, brilliant.
By pacing it incredibly well.
Oh, okay, cool.
So Can't push the
I'll just push myself slightly harder this year.
Yeah, good enough, good enough. Yeah, fair dues, fair dues.
I still run for sick with knowledge. I don't do any training, nothing.
Yeah, rest now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You'll go back into it. Just keep that consistency going for the training. It's a long-term game.
I'm just saying the corner sometimes I forget like 50 next year.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
Yeah, very happy.
there's a lot of people in themselves.
Yeah, it just splits up and all that stuff and that, so.
Yeah, it's pros and cons, isn't it? 'Cause it's not super busy around.
How'd you get back?
It's to the right. The arrows are on there, so when you walk up, it tells you where. Yeah, to the right, and then it's back to the HQ. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, see you, mate. Do you want me to hold your cup?
Cool.
Yeah, that's fine. Half 9, what's that, 9, 10, 11? Half 11, so that's an hour and a half at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be, she, I don't know.
1:45?
No, she'll run a bloody TV, won't she? Right.
Yeah, alright mate, have a good one. Yeah. Alright man.
Sound man.
Yes, good man.
Well done.
Cheers buddy. How was it, matey? Did you get ice? I was going to say, okay, the other two went and then you just isolated, did it? Yeah. Fair enough. Well done, buddy, great buddy. Well done, good one.
Yeah, that's alright actually.
Good one.
I was only planning on like 550 miles and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you were going about 5.5
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I was hanging on.
Yeah.
And then I ended up managing to like,
Yeah, keep
last
it, you kept
mile,
it, yeah.
Got a stitch and had to slow down, but yeah, I mean, I got a PB, so.
Okay, what was that?
It was like 1:15:50.
Okay, oh wow, brilliant. Okay.
So yeah, pretty pleased. with
Yeah, fair enough.
Thinking like perfect conditions then, a bit more fitness.
Yeah, definitely.
Under 75.
Yeah, I say I ain't done enough like speed work and all that stuff and that, so I'm miles off my PB, but I did 1:16 today, but 72.50 is my PB, but so yeah.
Sorry, trying to find 1:57.
What colour was he in? Was he in black and white?
Well,
Oh, no.
I don't know.
We weren't second. Okay.
They were down as female.
Oh,
I
okay.
think we know who the first female was, so we think they were the wrong gender, but we need to confirm.
Okay.
They're the wrong gender.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got a big one this year, marathon or?
Berlin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you there then. Yeah.
Are you doing it?
Yeah, doing London and Berlin. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So, what are you looking for?
Sub 240.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant.
I got 241 at London 23.
Yeah.
Last year was a write-off.
Yeah.
Sub 240.
Yeah, same as. That's what I'm looking for as well. Yeah. So 241's my PV as well. So yeah. Come on, John! Finish strong, mate.
I haven't booked in my accommodation yet, so I need to get on that.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, we booked one. Yeah, me, Harry, and Ben booked one early on, and that. So yeah.
I keep meaning to, like being out.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. We just booked one, and that's all. Yeah.
Quite a few of the majors, haven't you?
Yeah. So Berlin would be the 5th,
Yeah.
and then it just Tokyo left, and that. So to
And
try
Sydney?
and get. No, not done that one yet. Well, yeah, from the original 6, and then Sydney's going to be the 9, so because they're going to do Johannesburg and.
I didn't know that.
So they're going to do a. Well, it's maybe Johannesburg and Singapore.
Yeah.
So the 6-star medal's going to stay the same, and then they're going to make a 9-star medal, so then people don't have to do the 9 if they don't want to. So Sydney Council, yeah. Yeah, of course it is, Yeah.
London, Berlin, fine, but
Yeah.
free to America. Isn't
Yeah, the American ones you've got to go put like 5 o'clock and that as well. You know what I mean? It's just a total nightmare and that. But well done, guys. Well done. So yeah, got a bit too hot as well, didn't it? And then there's the wind. It's like I was just like
I mean, you get so spread out.
Yeah. Last year I virtually like ran it on my own and people closed me down right at the end and that. So I was 4 minutes quicker than last year. So can't complain.
So it was, I might have been 6 minutes quicker than last year.
Yeah. It's, what age group are you?
38, so
okay.
Still senior.
Oh, fair enough.
3 years yet.
That's right, might have got the V40 then.
Yeah, it's like I keep thinking, you know, if you wish away the years, it's like, oh, maybe when I get to...
Yeah.
It's like, I might be less fit.
Yeah, no, I know, that's what I mean, you just never know, that's what I mean. Well done, guys, well done. Well done, great running, finished strong, almost there. Last bit of grass.
Yeah, and in some races, it's like, yeah, if I was V40, I'd have been first V40.
Yeah, I know.
James would have still smashed me.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's it. I was like, me and you were running, and I was like thinking, you know what, if we work together, we can catch James out of one. And I was like, they're going further and further away now. I was like, oh, nah, fuck that. And then, yeah, and then there's the one water stop and that we got, and then you just pushed on. I was like, I just can't keep this pace. And I was like,
I think it's because I got pissed off because I fucked my water up, didn't I? So I dropped the first one, spilled half the second one, so I was like, oh, god damn.
Yeah, I slowed that, and then you always kept getting like 10 yards on me every water stop. I was like, for fuck's sake. It's like, oh, you know what, and then, then you went, and then the other mates were just catching me down then.
I had to go from Headington. I thought that was you coming back up.
Yeah.
Suddenly he was just...
Yeah, he was there, and he flew past and that, and then like... Yeah. And then the other Headington guy went past me, and then I caught him just before the corner there, and then just out-kicked him.
And some guy almost got me on the line.
Okay. It's like when those ones you're running, you're like, oh my god, this is my final push, and they go again, you're like, you wankers, I just want to fucking ease it in now, I don't want to ease it in, you know what I mean? You're like, oh no, I've got to kick again.
Doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
I guess if you go for a PB.
Yeah. Well done, guys, well done, girls. Well done, finished strong, well done, almost there. One more corner and grass section. Well, John, how was it, mate?
Well,
yeah?
You pay at 66?
No, oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant, well done. Good man. Are people to run with all the way? And then, or just in front, just behind and that, so you could just...
Yeah, I seem to be
catch.
Slowed up one little bit, but kept it going.
Yeah, definitely.
How about you?
Yeah, it's alright. The last 3 miles were tough and that, because I've not been used to running like 5:40, 5:50 pace for a while and that, so they were tough. So coming at 1:16 something, so I would have liked 1:15. So, but
you ran pretty fast at the park run.
Yeah. I know. I probably shouldn't have ran hard and fast yesterday, to be fair, but it weren't too bad and that. So and it just got that little bit hot and it's a bit windy, blowing a gale at times. So
conditions for me.
Yeah.
A little bit hotter.
Yeah. No, not at all, man. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Well done. Finish strong. Well done, girl. Final corner, final push. Well done.
Down there, but see you later, Chaz.
Yep. Yeah. See you later, mate. Have a good one. Well done, Whitney.
You're looking over my shoulder. I had my earplugs in, so your screaming must have been so loud because it was still like, I think it is.
Well done, Whitney. Go on, Steve. Yeah.
Even on the way round. I mean, that's like... They're selling pizza for the school. I need to like jog for a mile.
Well done, guys. Well done. Well done, Liffey! Well done, Liffey, let's go. Finish strong, girl. Great running, Liffey, well done. Woo woo! Well done, Liffey.
Well done, great riding.
Finish strong, Liff. Finish strong all the way. Well done, Liffey.
This way, guys. Well done, keep it going.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Felt strong, felt alright and that, and then just the last 3 miles just couldn't keep it under 6 minutes and that. But I say, well, I've not done any speed work for long distance and that. As soon as I got to 10k, it started to get tough. And we have a little bit from there, so. Yeah, 116, dropped off from 115 and that, but yeah, had some battles all the way through kind of thing and that.
It was good. I was second and I got 108.
So you went faster than you thought you did.
Oh, right from the start.
Who won then?
Just some Spanish guy.
Oh, right. Well, you don't heard of him before.
He does triathlon mostly.
Yeah, he said he was a triathlon.
So,
he had a local pub festival.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good though.
Yeah, he got that was his PB today. He got the bloke.
Oh wow.
As well,
What was his time then?
He was literally less than 10 seconds ahead of me.
So what? Did you not get him on the
400-metre sprint out.
thing?
No.
Is that because you had nothing left or you just thought?
I spelled my matches at that point.
Oh, wow. Still amazing though. Did you get a prize for that?
Yeah, you get second.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, you
what
get
about
second.
your V40?
Maybe I might have been first V40, yeah, because
Cool.
everyone else was 35. James Bolton's 50
Yeah.
and that, so I'm not too sure about the other guys. I
Brilliant.
think all the ones in front of me were younger, so. But
How was it for you then, Liffey?
I don't know.
it got hot and windy,
I
didn't it?
struggled oh my god, compared to last year, it's so much more hillier.
Was it?
I mean, I think I must have been like the form of my life because I was literally doing sub 7 minute miles on the way home and I was thinking, how did I do that?
But I think you done more hills last year, maybe.
Probably,
You know what I mean?
my
And we went on a
hamstring,
few 20-mile runs, didn't
To
we?
be honest, today I couldn't go. I just didn't have. I didn't have that race mode. In
Yeah,
me.
no, I
Like,
understand that.
I started and about 1 mile. I thought, all right, yeah. And then a mile in, I was like, I don't feel like I normally do.
Yeah,
I think it's just
understand,
from
yeah.
I haven't tapered. The last one I did.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping. Yeah, my heart rate was lower than race pace anyway,
Okay,
so
cool.
I definitely got more room in my heart rate. And I picked it up at the end. So
Yeah. Oh, good.
I just didn't go. And I was also protecting my hamstrings.
Yeah.
I kept having waves of pain.
Yeah.
And I thought, the faster I go, the more it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I went a bit too hard at parkrun yesterday.
Probably.
But no, but it's good. It's good to run on
Yeah.
tired legs and that. So
Yeah.
because I'm
It
still
gets you into the marathon.
I'm still ahead of my.
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
faster than marathon pace anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Brilliant. What way? Do you?
I think you head back about that way.
no, it's that way. Where's it?
Oh, do you remember last year, who had their cup and someone smashed
Yeah,
it?
smashed it, dropped it there, didn't
Is
they?
it the same one?
So.
You know, I mean.
So little race recap. So wanted to aim for around 5:45, 5:50 and that. So I think we started running 5:40s. Run with the white horse bloke, and he said beforehand he was looking at maybe doing 5:55s and stuff. But so I got next to him and that, and he decided he'd just run 5:40s with me, kind of thing. He's looking for the same similar time as me in the marathon, sub 2:40, so that's good. So yeah, we felt strong, was sometimes sharing the work and that, and with the wind together. Then it got to about 8 miles, and then he pushed on. I just couldn't go with it, so I had to drop off. So I started dropping to 5:50, 5:55 minute miles while he was strong in front. And then 2 lads caught me towards the end and that, and then one more went past me, about 5k to go. And we always have sometimes a good battle over the cross country. Then 5k to go, did a 6:02, a 6:09, and then it's like, oh come on, I need to rally strong, so I pushed a 5:40 or 5:30 something last mile, and managed to just catch the last bloke who went past me for Headington and that, so good little rally and battle at the end, but I just haven't done enough speed work to hold that top end pace and that, but again it's quicker than marathon pace today, so I got to be happy with that. 1:16 something, so yeah, that's where my fitness is at. It got a bit too hot for me and a bit windy, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Can't complain. Watch the space, let's go. Benco 68, 1:16.30. Oh no! Fair enough. Second V40. No, second V40 today. Bloke in front of me just got it, yeah. 160 of that, so that's good, that's good.
Can I just show you the mug? I'm loving it, it's got a horse on it.
Oh, is it?
Look at that.
Ah, stunning.
Buzzing!
I can't remember what last year's one was on.
It was a picture, it was like a drawing of a horse.
Okay.
I mean, like a basic one.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, no, that looks stunning, doesn't it? Yeah, that's fair enough, fair enough. Good. Yeah, so. Ben Cole got done by 4 seconds, sprint finish at the end. We've got to work on it.
That's happened.
You know what I mean?
My entire career.
Everyone knows, yeah. If someone's with Ben for the last 400 metres, we know he's done on a sprint finish.
Well, he didn't know, but
Yeah, no, he didn't know, but he does now, yeah. Fair enough. Nah, you did great, mate. You did great, considering
it's a decent effort.
that's your first proper big road race. Alright, presentation time. So Ben gets something. Liffey's had a good one. Down we go.
Thank you the several people, first of all the 70 or so marshals and other helpers who made this event possible.
Yeah, alright. How'd it go? Yeah.
John Sear, official.
Oh, was it the last? Yeah. Okay, yeah. We had a good battle towards the end. You went past you about 2 hours ago.
I hope you get a good video out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell him to message me and I can send him the clips. Oh, was it? Oh, fair enough. Oh, there it is.
The prizes. I'd like to call to the stage the first man and the first woman together for a photo shoot. First man
Just a photo.
in a time of 1 hour, 8 minutes and 26 seconds, which is extremely fast in this course. Jonathan Sanchez Mosquera of Abingdon Athletics Club. He's on his way. He's not here yet. I'll tell you when he arrives, we'll present his prize, but we'll run on with the other prize. In the meantime, actually I think I'll postpone the female prize as well, so we can do them both together. I'll move straight on to the categories, the age categories. So I'd like to call the stage first, second,
No,
third at the same
30 seconds,
time.
mate. You don't even 30 seconds.
Jonathan,
I got it last year.
Sanchez Mosquera, who's coming soon. Second place in the senior men was Ben Cole, and third place was Matthew Locke.
Ben Cole!
Ben Cole is doing the carriers, is he here? Yeah.
See when I can get a zoom in on his face.
Yeah.
Is it? How do you race today? Oh, brilliant. Oh, well done. Good time? You happy with it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, oh, fair enough. You got a marathon of you this year? London? Okay, cool.
did London a few times in a row. What's the difference?
Event 40 category, in first place, Charles Ford, who's an unattached runner. Second place, Courtney Chessel of Swindon Harriers. Nick Coop of Oxford City.
I didn't think I got it. Okay. For the day.
You thought you were second?
Maybe got it wrong. Did they say first V40?
Unless it's a Wednesday.
Did they say first? Oh, right. Maybe got it wrong.
Oh, you get something. Oh no. Yeah. I think you thought you didn't get anything.
Oh, right.
You Tunbridge AC?
Yes.
I'm from Tunbridge, Osbridge.
Are you?
Yes.
When did you move over?
Uni, I went to Coventry, and then I was now at Oxford. So now I've got into distance running, like marathons, ultras. That's my thing.
James Bolton.
Yeah, just long.
Yeah, I thought that sometimes they do first and sometimes
I've already got a medal. I've gone up for my prize yet.
Okay, oh brilliant, brilliant.
This is from Goring. This is the gold medal world team.
Okay, oh brilliant, brilliant.
Actually, to be fair, probably could have run it faster. I didn't want to be so fatigued by the end.
Yeah.
Paul for that this year. If not, is there someone who could take his from Avenue who could take his prize for him for Paul for that? Right, the first name is the first round of the first women's prize together. The race winner for the men was Jonathan Sanchez Mosquera of Abingdon. And the winner will be opponent of Claire. It will be Rose
Four seconds from that race. Yeah, no.
Thomas of Trywell, second place Mark Lemon of Bearbrook, and third Mark Newley of Abingdon. Is there anyone here from Bearbrook who'd be prepared to take Mike Lemon's prize? The male Vet 17 category, first place Gary Timms, second place David Miller, third place Kevin Byrne of Hampton Young. Cheers.
And you were confident in that, weren't you?
The male men's team in first place.
When we go past and move on.
Who were Jonathan Sanchez, James Clayton, Vincent Smith, and Jack Miller. And they come to The second men's team were heading to road runners who were Graham Jones, Simon Garfield, Richard Skillback, and Rupert Puzzles.
Right, let's go. Check that out. Good enough.